Hello everyone, Deb Floros for Art Beads. I'm going to make dangle bead and chain earrings two ways. The first pair is going to be silver with these luster check glass beads, some silver chain, and some silver ear wires, and silver head pins as well. So these luster beads come in a nice strand of multicolors. All you need are round nose pliers, flat nose, chain nose pliers, and some cutters. These beads are so lovely, so I'm going to put them onto head pins. You can use ball end or flat end head pins. I use ball end with these, and they are 24 gauge. And I'm creating a loop up top, and I'm keeping that loop open, and I'm setting aside the beads because what I'm going to do is then attach them all to a section of chain. So I'm just getting them all ready, setting them aside, and then I'm going to select my length of chain. You can decide how long you would like them. There's going to be a little beaded cluster at the end. So I'm going to attach my first bead on and complete that wire wrap loop by pulling the wire around and then cutting off the excess. Now you can attach multiple little dangles to the end of this chain. Those chain links are actually quite substantive, so you can add as many as you can fit. I decided to go with 5 beads, and I think it just adds a really fun little cluster. I used all of the colors in this bead mix, this luster bead mix, and I love how that looks. Then I'm going to cut my chain, and then my second piece of chain will be cut to the same length. You can cut your chain ahead of time and figure all of that out ahead of time. But I was designing on the fly when I created these. So you can open up your chain link, and then you can open up your ear wire and attach that directly onto your ear wire. I used these really fun ear wires to make this an even more interesting earring. So I close that up with my chain nose. Oh, so cute. Such a fun little dangle at the end. Larger beads would also work, just being mindful of how much weight you want to put at the end of those chains. Now let's make a gold pair, and this is going to be a holiday pair. So I'm going to use this gold chain, really lovely, some gold head pins, some red beads, and some green beads. And I'm going to use a mix of those. I'm going to use 3 green beads and 3 red beads, and I love how these look together. One is a matte, one is kind of a clear. The two of them together look really cool. So I'm just going to do simple loops for this pair. So I'm going to bend my wire over at a 45-degree angle. Then I'm going to cut down to about 1/2 inch. I'm going to grab the very tip of that wire and pull it back around and loop it down towards my bead. And I'm going to leave those open as best I can, but I'm going to attach to the bottom of the chain here. I've got smaller links with this chain, so it's a little bit more challenging to get the number of beads on that I'd like. So you can mess around with that. You may even find a bigger chain that you like. And I'm just creating those simple loops and attaching them to the end of the chain. You could add these up the chain as well if you like that style better. I wanted to do another little cluster earring. I think they're so fun and festive. So I'm just doing those simple loops, creating 3 red and 3 green clusters. So festive and pretty. And I'm trying to make sure that they are separated out, the colors, as I attach them to my chain. Then I'm going to cut this chain because these links actually are not open links, so I will need to use a cutter to cut that chain where I like it and cut the second piece of chain. These earrings are actually a little bit longer because I'm using a shorter ear wire in this case. Just a simple French hook ear wire is what I used here. And I love how these came out so festive for a holiday party or really any time. So there's your earrings two ways. You can find all of these pieces and parts at artbeads.com. Thank you so much for watching.